Zakari sniffs around. He say he doesn't really smell anything else. Although there is quite the pungent aura coming from like the mushrooms and the mold down here.
Well, maybe we'll just for a second go here and look at Rain and Zyn and say, bear with me as she reaches out to touch them with a spell. And she will cast status on them. So for the next 5 hours, she will know if there is any conditions affecting them and where they are.
Okay.
Except if they leave the plane or die.
Then continues to leave the plane.
Right.
No.
Is Alauneari informed, like, of the status thing? Like, would it suddenly stop to, like, indicate that the person might have died?
Yeah.
Alright.
It would stop the spell.
Alright.
So she currently has like a mind radar for those two and what might be affecting them. She felt those were the two who had the weakest will save, and this mind control thing begins taking them over. She would like to know.
Did you say weakest will save?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's not a 12, is it?
No, it's not a 12.
It was basically non-casters. Also, Tristan seems to be staying near Alauneari anyway.
Rae'nkalar would be insulted.
Yeah.
I am a caster! And Zyn would be like, I'm a caster too!
Oh!
No, Zyn, unlike Rilinid, knows that he's not a full caster.
Ooh, burn.
That's okay, I put all of my attribute points into things I don't use.
Woo!
Full wisdom.
And you know what that means? That means that when I get confused, I won't kill the other part, the rest of the party.
That didn't seem as important.
That's true.
And the bright side, Alauneari now knows if Zyn gets confused again.
And the status lasted for how long?
5 hours.
5 hours.
Well, it's Zyn and Rain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yep.
If it's an hour spell, isn't it 6 hours? It's usually 1 hour per level.
No, he has lost the level.
Oh.
At any rate, this guy might have very well just died to terminal velocity. We don't know what kind of malaise is affecting the place. We don't know where the other blood came from. If it's relatively fresh, then that would be to suggest that somehow one of these human slaves somehow brought it out of the creature, which, for that Eleanor person, is whatever. Hell if I know. At any rate, we're not going to solve any more problems here. Might as well just keep going.
Look at the others and say, it seems that we can return to our rest. However, I would think that whatever is here, it takes over the person's mind and makes them do things they would ordinarily not, such as jumping into this chasm.
Well, if that's it, Tristan will make a portal and pull Zakari out of it.
Such as causing one member of a group to shoot several arrows into the body of another member of a group.
That was different.
At least now, if that happens, I will know. Before unfortunate accidents.
She's using Maker's Call.
You just
Yeah.
tell Zakari to fly back, right?
Well, it's quicker to just pull him. It took half an hour to find all that, didn't it?
Well, it might be faster to go back. In addition, again, there's a chance he might just plop to some random place. As long as he has unfetter.
Oh, okay, then just ask him to fly back. Come back, Zakari.
Zakari comes back.
Or should we go back and sleep?
No.
I never would like to finish your sleep.
That's right. Let's go ahead
sure.
and
No sleep.
Tristan will go back to Rain.
You can potentially try the blood again in the morning.
let's go ahead
Even
and
if it's
reassemble the glue paper and the bell net.
Oh, God.
Well, and they also have a zombie Eleanor stacking here.
Storming out was so aggravating. You gotta put all the obstacles in the proper place.
Like OCD rampant is like, I need to...
The 5 pounds of soap just gets spread around, like, inconvenience anyone who tries to break in.
Why is all this soap here?
You know, make sure the bonds of shell are okay, his little bundle. You know, pat. Just like,
Shelf, you know, glares up at him.
that's fine. That's to be expected. If she wasn't glaring, we'd have to have a talk.
Mm-hmm.
The talk.
Changed.
I don't know what to say of our relationship anymore. We've changed. It's not all at all the same. Alright, you rest.
Except for...
Those who don't.
Yeah.
Alright, rest of the night passes without anything really happening.
With no scream.
Nope, no one screams.
Or shoots arrows.
Or shoots arrows.
I suppose Alauneari will wake up the next late morning while rested
Alright,
and begin praying.
and you press on.
First, she will pray. And is the blood still there?
Is the blood still there? Well, let's let me take a look quickly.
She kind of wants to know what this thing is. And after all, she could give it another go.
She does notice when she actually looks, the blood is gone.
Oh, completely
Perhaps washed away by the water dripping from the ceiling.
sucked up. Well, all right. Let's continue then.
Want to try to make another creature, another zombie, perhaps? In the black parade we've got going on here.
Sure, she can actually have one more. So she'll make
There
zombie.
we go. They
His name-
can be together forever. The captain and Eleanor.
Someday she'll take these two corpses and make like one of the like a flesh golem undead thing, so they can be the same creature.
Sure.
That sounds like something she would do.
How disturbing.
Right.
Right, give me a second. But yeah, you press on. Now only poor Shell will have to carry everything.
Not everything.
zombies.
Shell has
Zombies
never
can do stuff too.
Shell has never been used for the other party's needs. Oh no, they have to explicitly ask Rilinid for that.
Alright, Shell continues to carry Rilinid soap and
Yep.
trumpet and stuff.
Zombies
When you
can,
put
can
it like
carry
that.
party stuff if party
Sure,
wants it.
the zombies can carry it. They can drag
This
it
is what the 3 copper piece per day hireling is usually for.
Oh, don't worry, sire. I'll carry your soap and trumpet for you.
Zombies. I mean, 3 copper piece. The 25 gold cost of making one will surely pay itself off in time.
All right. Yes, you carry on. Again, you know it is indeed a very more desolate than usual. The very ominous silence still looms over these caves as you travel through them, like the usual critters or rats or the Underdark equivalent like beetles and stuff seem to just not be here. You sort of slowly but surely make your way through it. Let's see here. Make perception checks, please.
Let's make one. No, take 10, I take it?
No, I roll.
Okay.
All right, it
Go ahead and
is.
brush my shoulders off again.
I can bloody fall.
Only a
is-
16. Only a 16.
It is Rilinid and Zyn that are the ones to notice it. You pass, the path opens up for a bit at one point. As you pass over, or under it, I should say, what seems to be an overhang. Suddenly, both of you catch something moving up there. There is something like glimmering, and it sort of pulls back into the shadows, as if something stood on the ledge looking down, perhaps wearing like an amulet or something, and then pulled back as you sort of came into view.
Was that enough to get a good look at, like, what this... Like, was it, like, medium-sized shape, like humanoid?
It seemed to your mind to be a humanoid in shape, yes.
How well lit is this area of the stretch that we're currently at?
Not at all.
And it peeled back into the shadows, nonetheless. I love it.
Outside of your, viewable dark vision range, basically.
That's enough to immediately come to a fucking screeching stop, like.
And Zyn will just look at Rilinid and say, "Did you see that?"
Rilinid nods, but Rilinid will hold up a finger. He's going to. Was it up on an elevated area, or is it okay?
It's quite high up, actually. You would say roughly 40 feet up. 40
feet. Okay. Standard action. Incorporeal Rilinid. Let's see. Let me check to make sure how fast that is with the spectral shroud. It's either 10 or 15 feet. Okay. Half my base speed. So, okay. 3 rounds later, Rilinid gets up to 45 feet with his perfect maneuverability fly speed.
All right. Yes, Rilinid comes up on the ledge and peers in. It seems like it is, yeah. Well, the ledge is rather spacious when it comes up. It seems to open up into a small cave or tunnel entrance leading deeper into the rock. That sort of twists out of sight. He can't really see from where he's standing. The ledge itself seems to be large enough for a person to easily make a camp up here.
Zyn will signal to Rilinid, asking if there are any footprints whatsoever.
Rilinid's not so concerned about that as with his great brand of incorporeal eyes. So is it just a little ledge where someone can make camp and there's a path bending?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, someone alleged where someone could make camp, basically, resting rather comfortably against the rocks and sort of keep a lookout of the road down below.
All right. Rilinid's gonna give a good scrutiny there, hanging in the air for 2 more rounds, 12 seconds worth. Just an ether on the wind, daring something to move or show its presence.
No, the tunnel snaking away reveals nothing. It's just darkness and silence.
Rilinid will fly back down, taking another 3 rounds, and he will dismiss the incorporeality.
Explain on the way, the shadow that we saw, Zyn, I do not see it, or for that matter, much of anything else there. It's a landing where someone could possibly make camp, and there's a tunnel sneaking further into whatever, though this web of tunnels. There's no one up there that I could spy.
Did it appear as if a camp had been held there recently, Jonas?
No. It didn't really to Rilinid's eye. He didn't see any, typical, camp signs, so to speak. Although, he's perhaps not the best to follow footprints and stuff like that.
Maybe not the best to follow footprints, but he has been alive and making camp
right.
for over a century.
He did not see any obvious signs of anyone making a camp up there. Perhaps further into the caves.
Shakes his head.
I can't imagine any.
Rilinid shakes his head.
I don't know.
Zyn will frown and then look at the 40 feet ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And how hard does it seem to climb?
Well, not not too hard. He sees a few stalagmites and stuff up there. He can probably throw his grappling hook if he has one up there. Shouldn't be too hard.
He will pull out his grappling arrow,
Oh,
shoot it up there, and climb up to take
There
a
are
look.
days where I wish we were sitting at a real table so I could showcase just how much I rolled my eyes with that statement.
have a grappling arrow, of course.
And once he's up there, he'll take a look around.
Completely alone
Okay.
and isolated.
Well, he'll like stand at the edge so you can still see him from downstairs.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, that's enough certainly to climb a rope.
And besides, Alauneari has a thing, right?
The
He's
zombies?
gonna
Yeah,
follow
they're here.
Well, not the zombies,
Right.
the other thing.
I think Sheep's hoping that Alauneari will just go charging up the wall after him.
No,
Ain't
Zyn!
there. Like, she's not that good at riding, right? So in combat, she prefers to not be on this thing, because she might be able to pass with getting hit and not just falling off, flat off, but she can't
Well,
fight on it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Zyn doesn't want to follow any footprints. He just wants to
Wait,
see if there are any.
Wait. Jonas, you said the amulet glinted. That was like
Yes.
some sort of like glinting thing.
If there's no light, how did that work?
Rilinid's gonna be like an epiphany, and she's just gonna say,
Sarenrae?
As it says that, roughly 35 feet up, the rope breaks.
Well, that's inconvenient.
Zyn presumably lets out a surprised yelp as he now plummets towards the hard rock. And
Oh.
he will take...
Acrobatics.
you can try an acrobatics check.
Sure.
You're falling midair.
yeah. That's what those boots of the cat are for. That's what Monk Slowfall is for. Yeah.
Why don't you have Monk Slowfall?
Yeah. Why didn't you multi-class, Sheep? Yeah.
I should have, yeah.
God.
Let's see here, the DC...
Big wisdom.
So, 19, that should be... where's the table?
Acrobatics.
Yes, where's the table?
It's actually in the falling
Uh,
section. Like a DC
yeah.
15 acrobatics check allows the character to avoid anything.
The first
but,
10 feet.
But
Okay.
I thought that was for deliberately jumping.
Might be.
Oh, yeah, that might be if he's falling, like...
Like I didn't think like per the rules that you could normally apply an acrobatics to like deliberately jumping or falling. If he's surprised by the rope suddenly cutting. Then
Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. Alright, falling damage.
Yeah, it says deliberately fall. And I
Right.
don't think Zyn is...
You deliberately let go of the rope.
Didn't fall
He,
because
he
of it.
cut the rope himself
perhaps
because
if-
he was curious what would happen.
Perhaps if the
9 falling damage.
Perhaps if the perception were so much that you would have noticed someone cutting the rope above you.
Yeah, 9 damage as Zyn crashes into the ground.
So, considering Zyn has the other half of the rope still in his hands since he was climbing that, how does the cut look?
Well, Zyn looks at the cut.
Does it look like a knife cut? Does
No,
it look like... No.
it looks like teeth, sharp teeth.
Well, Zyn will look at the end of the rope, will look at Rilinid, who's supposedly standing somewhere close by,
Yeah, I was looking
just
up
say-
at like the fuck cut that.
and just says, teeth, and shrugs.
And I suppose not a single motherfucking thing was seen. I was too busy having an epiphany involving Sarenrae. Rilinid will give a hard eye towards the ledge. Should we go back? I don't suppose there's a whole lot of room to maneuver in these tunnels. We'd have to walk past this ledge anyway.
Yeah.
Zyn will look to Rilinid and say, if I can get up there and find any tracks left by whoever was up there, I can get a good
Whoever
look
was
at him.
up there, The thing might still very well be up there, and you are not being sensible. We are at a severe disadvantage. Whoever is up there has the high ground, and is intelligent enough to avoid being spotted by me.
Alauneari looks at Tristan, looks at Zakari and says, couldn't Zakari fly up and take a look from a distance?
Just a sec, I'm eating a cookie.
Oh, okay. Tristan actually has some cookies.
Oh!
Tarlin baked them.
That's the
himself.
Mabel.
Oh, Tarlin baked the cookies. Oh,
Oh,
that would make
Actually.
Tristan very happy, I think.
very happy. Tristan looks at Alauneari. Of course. Would you like him to be able to smell too?
He shakes her head. That should not be necessary, dear sister. He is your, he is yours. After all, you know best. Just set him up there and tell us what he sees.
She looks at Zakari and not with words, but with their mind. She asks Zakari to fly up there. Take a look.
Rilna's gonna edge back, maybe get some sort of covering so that there's not a direct line of sight between him and that opening. Rilna
Sure.
doesn't like that. That's high ground there.
Sure.
Then we'll see Zakari flying up there and turn to Rilinid again. This bite mark looks very similar to what Zakari could do. And
I don't
confused.
think Rilinid can dignify that with a response.
Tristan just gives him a face that says, "Really?"
Well, then frowns. He knows that he knows his things, and this is very confusing to him.
You've never seen Zakari bite a rope before.
Well, not a rope, that is for sure. But I know what to look for. I'm really, really sure.
Zakari looks at Zyn. Zakari and I are
Zakari's flying away.
Zakari and I are basically the same being. If he bit the rope, I would know.
Well,
I
I'm
would
not
have seen
saying
it.
I'm not saying it was Zakari. It was something like Zakari could do.
A fungal wolf?
Those are not smart enough, and they're not in here. This is not the fungal jungle. It could be anything. Well, there looks... anything with teeth, then.
She looks at Zyn and smiles. Maybe a crazy person.
I know my teeth, sister.
Do you know your crazy person?
I know one crazy person who is talking to me right now.
Down already.
She just gives him. She just gives him a playful smile and sticks her tongue out at him.
Swooping up. Zakari, takes a peek. And telepathically tells Tristan that he sees nothing up there.
She'll look at Zyn and says, "He sees nothing."
Can you ask him if he still has his teeth?
If who?
If Zakari still has his teeth. Because I'm very sure that
Tristan
this would
looks
be
at him.
something he would do. It looks just like him.
Susan, I can tell you he still has his teeth. I made them.
Then just frowns.
Someone says, so if you want to go up there, brother, allow Zakari to watch over the rope.
Well, Zyn hesitates and then pulls out a grappling hook because that was his only grappling arrow.
She
Zakari
He's very
looks
sad.
back, right?
Do you have any more rope?
Yes.
Susan looks at Zyn and says, "I would never hurt you in any way, brother. You know that."
That is not what I was suggesting.
Rilinid has
Tragic
flashbacks
smile.
to the stab, the dagger.
Remembering
Well, she didn't do
Those
that
two.
with her own will.
cutting each other to blood.
Well, one was cutting, one was shooting.
I think it's
Yeah, well.
I think it's a 10 range increment, so like a -6 for attacking a 40-foot up in the air target with a
You know,
grappling hook.
You know, if you
Makes a
want,
car fly up with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all that.
All right, Sakari flies up with a new rope in his mouth. Right.
He's grinning.
He's grinning.
Toothy grin.
Toothy grin. You see the sharp teeth. He flies up there. I guess fastens the hook somewhere. Somewhere fitting, and basically tells Trislan that the hook is fastened and the rope is in place.
She looks at Zyn, you're ready to go.
Then we'll frown again, and then proceed to climb up.
All right.
She tells Sakari to make sure to keep a lookout from behind.
All right. Roll a perception check for Sakari.
He's doing good.
Sakari keeps look, and Zyn climbs up. He gets up to the point where he fell the last time and passes it. No problem. Crawling up on the ledge.
Excellent. He will take a look around, I guess. And look for any sort of marks or tracks or anything out of the ordinary. Anything that would basically indicate that something has been up here, and if so, then maybe the marks can tell him more about that.
To Zyn's mind, as he looks around up here, it doesn't look like anything has been up here for a very long time, if ever. There are maybe some faint marks, like, this might be like a trace of charcoal on the ground from when, fire was once put. But to Zyn's mind, that must have been like a decade ago or something.
And like after, it's not just a ledge, it's like a tunnel leading into somewhere.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't sound very inviting at all. Zyn will just climb back down carefully, looking at Sakari and frowning, and turn to the party and say, there's nothing. No. Well, there's some charcoal marks that look a decade old at least, but otherwise there's nothing.
Tristan looks at Alauneari. Where did Rilinid go?
Rilinid's behind that fucking ledge, making sure that the higher ground can't be seen, just peering around. Keeping his eyes out. He knows. Tunnels, guerrilla warfare, man.
Alauneari shrugs and says, I don't know, but I suppose we should just keep moving. There seems to be nothing up there.
Did Rilinid say the name out loud?
Sarenrae? Yeah, he said that out loud. That was right before the rope snapped.
Who's that?
You can you know
Sure,
that
Alauneari.
Sarenrae is the goddess of the sun, light, and healing magic.
Oh, that.
Yeah, that's
She is
Sarenrae.
she is the goddess of redemption and the goddess of righteous fury.
Yeah, I have it. It's quite embarrassing. I have it right here.
Alauneari knows a lot about righteous fury.
She looks at. She walks to Rilinid and asks him, "Why did he say that?"
Rilinid is gonna look at Trislan like she's so fucking stupid, just standing right out there in the open. There's the ledge right there. Any sort of attacker can just fire down the entire group.
Sakari's up there.
Rilinid looks at Trislan like she's so fucking stupid, just standing right out there in the open with the attack angle.
Why did you say that name?
Let's continue.
No, why did you say that name?
Alauneari nods. Let's continue.
Alright, you pass the ledge. And continue on your journey.
Alauneari begins to think that this is the path of walking madness that will slowly drive you mad with lack of sleep and by completely sort of bucking you constantly with little things that don't matter. But everything considered, she's actually okay with that. compared to.
You once again travel through the area. You make camp by the evening, or the traveling end of the day, and yeah. Setting it up is a bit more arduous now that you don't really have any slaves.
Zombies.
And they can't really set camp.
No. We're
Yeah,
not that
that's things,
smart.
though.
This is the same problem everyone else had back at level 1 except for Rilinid.
Sure does.
Well, all Tristan and Rain
Yeah,
and
The
Sakari
team
needs
non-sleep.
is maybe a fire, but
So you basically sit bolt upright in the middle of the cavern.
well, she has her sleeping bag. She's sit on now.
Do you do anything during these nights? You know, these 8 so hours where the others rest? Do you talk? Do you just look at each other?
Tristan talks to Rain, and sometimes he answers.
So
Because
yeah,
Rain-
and Rain will
Rain-
often be reading or...
Well, Rain is reading,
Like,
but-
mhm.
but Tristan is talking to him.
Oh, really?
I mean, Rain answers this majority of the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
They have-
sure. Yes.
They have a heartful talk.
Oh. All of it, you say? The whole body, you say? Hmm.
No.
To a crisp, you say? Oh.
Also, the entire time, Rain is, of course, like looking around for trouble.
Well, so is Sakari.
Takara looks immensely bored.
Think haven't. I mean,
Well, for all she care, he can go where he wants as
All
long.
parties going on in the abyss.